Alan here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Well, we had some active weather yesterday. A few places picked up a little bit of wind damage as I had forecast or was in the forecast for yesterday. There were a couple of tornado warnings. In fact, there were some sightings of some weaker tornadoes down around Crossville, Tennessee, and parts of eastern Kentucky, and some big hail also from some of those thunderstorms. Here, it was a couple of severe thunderstorms, mainly for the wind as forecast, and then some pretty good rainfall for much of the area. All that now is gone and out of the picture this morning. We're still dealing, though, with a blanket of low clouds left over. And for the beginning of the day, that's what we're going to see. Some low level clouds that are just going to linger for a little bit longer. Maybe not all day, but we'll start to see these clouds breaking up a bit, I think, in the afternoon. But there you see the cold front over about Jackson, Kentucky, and it continues to move off to the east. And that's where all the rain and the thunderstorm activity is going to take place today in far eastern Kentucky and then into the Virginias. High pressure will begin to build in for us today and start to scour out some of the cloud cover that we're seeing around the area this morning. And some of you may even see a little bit of patchy fog in a couple of places that picked up some of the rain yesterday. And it feels pretty good outside. In fact, today, as you look at the 10-day blender, we're only going to make it up to the low 70s. And the dew points will be running in the 50s, so that's going to feel very nice. So cloudy, a little damp, little coolish, less humid, maybe a breakup in the clouds later this afternoon, and low 70s. There you go for today. Yesterday's high, by the way, was 86, which is right on the seasonal average for this time of the year. But at the airport, they picked up 45 hundredths of an inch of rain. Now, some of you picked up a lot more than that. I'll show you with some of the Kentucky mesonet sites here in just a minute. But officially, 4,500, almost a half inch of rain yesterday. Tonight, we'll get down into the cool low 50s. Some of you may even touch the upper 40s. Whew, that's going to feel good as skies clear. Then tomorrow, we get back to about 80, and there you see afterwards, mid to upper 80s to around 90 for the long stretch there as we get into the rest of this week, the weekend, and into next week. It's going to be warm, and it's also going to be humid. So if you enjoy a little cooler, drier, less humid air, today is going to be your day. Tomorrow's not going to be too bad either. But after that, the heat is on. Glenn Fry. All right, here's a look at Kentucky mesonet temperatures as of 5:14 a.m. this morning. Most everyone in the 60s, pretty much statewide. There's a couple of upper 50s here and there, but overall, we're looking at low 60s. Let's check that rainfall past 24 hours. And here you see we mostly saw quarter inch, half inch, 4/10. There's 3/4, almost 8/10 of an inch of rain down in Simpson County. But here's the bigger fallout of rain, and that's down in Clinton County, where they had a severe thunderstorm and some rotation with that storm that was down there, but it just produced a lot of rain. Look at that, 2.62 inches of rain just dumped on Albany and Clinton County. You got almost an inch and a half. That's in Taylor County. You see an inch and a half plus over south. This is where the really heavy rains fell, southeastern Kentucky. And then kind of up I-65, sort of. That's where the heavy rains fell yesterday. So we picked up a little bit. It was nice to have that. But, when you're behind by 3.5 inches of rain this temporarily helps. It's like a Band-Aid, but it's not going to last. It's going to get ripped off until we get another good chance of rain. And that may be a little bit before we see that. Another good chance of rain is what I mean. All right, here's a look at the model map here. Now, this low pressure system that's hanging around, you've got upper low and surface low. Here's the upper low. Um, Actually, that's the upper low. I'm sorry. It's actually high pressure that's trying to build in and scoot southeast. But you get the rotation around that low pressure system that is going to continue to bring rain to the east and wrapping around that low pressure system as it sits over parts of Lake Michigan. And so you get some of this wrap around little pieces of energy, and they continue to pick up a little bit more moisture and send it around that low pressure system. For us, I think we're going to not have to deal with that much. There has been a little bit of a, I guess, model difference with how that low is going to move out. And is it going to continue to sit there and spin and move out a little bit? And then you saw this instability down here to the south as we get into Tuesday. But I think Tuesday is going to be fine. We're going to be mostly sunny. There won't be those showers. Now, if you go up toward maybe Cincinnati or even the Louisville area, there could be some renegade showers as a result of this low that tries to, just kind of run into the afternoon hours as you see there's the low pressure system now back and drawn into the map. There you see some of those showers I was talking about as you get into Tuesday afternoon and evening for extreme northeastern Kentucky, but not down here where we are. So I think we'll stay mainly dry. There could be some of you that picks up a little bit of light rain. There you see it as we get into Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and then that thing just kind of finally moves on out. So we've taken out any mention of rain, even the afternoon showers for Tuesday into Wednesday. Those are gone. We're going to wait now, it appears, until maybe Friday into the weekend. I think that's going to be our next best chance of getting some rain and more thunderstorm activity in here. And really this week is just going to be mainly dry. Let's take a look at the surface map, and I'll show you that as we get on into the work week. Here's our departing low, but it's going to sit up there around Lake Michigan and just continue to sit and spin. It has nothing to push it out of the way. Showers will continue along the front to our south, thunderstorms as well. But high pressure takes over for us, and eventually some of these clouds that we're seeing this morning will scour out later today. I don't know how much sun we'll get, but maybe a little bit before sunset, unless there's enough trapped moisture there to keep the clouds with us all day. That's a possibility, just telling you. As we get into Tuesday morning, we're continuing to keep things dry, even though the surface map wants to paint in a little bit here, just a little bit over the border. Then there's a trough to the north. I think we'll see some clouds out of this, but rain is questionable. Some of the forecasters in Nashville at the Nashville Weather Service office have painted in some scattered showers and a thunderstorm. It's still a possibility Tuesday night into Wednesday, but for the right now, I'm going to keep it out of the forecast until I see a little bit more conclusive agreement, if you will, with some of the models. I mean, it's going to be touch and go, but for now, I'm going to leave it out of the forecast until we get into Thursday, and that's when this front to the south, the same one that came through yesterday, stalls and then returns north as a warm front, and then we have another cold front to the north, and those two will work together and stall and bring us another good chance of rain and thunderstorms into the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, even though it shows high pressure, we still may have some shower activity in here, I think, for much of the upcoming weekend. We'll take whatever we can get on rainfall because we're just whatever happened yesterday was not enough to get rid of the deficit. We still have some making up to do. So, we need to get it in here and get some catching up before it gets too hot and dry. All right, that will do it for this edition of the Morning Sam Channel Weather Podcast. I'm on my way to the radio station, Sam 100.7. I hope you'll join me 6 to 10 this morning. In the meantime, have a great day. Thanks for watching as always. God bless, and I'll see you on the radio.